Welcome to my channel. You're watching The Mama Asker, and if you are continuing from my previous soap brow video, thanks for continuing to watch. But if you clicked on just this one, I am kind of starting after I did my brows, and if you want to watch that video, I'll try and pop it in one of these places, and you can see how I did these brows. But now I'm just going to go into the rest of my face and share with you some new products that I got and some new things that I have been playing around with. So keep watching and let's get into the rest of my face. So my skin was clean, is clean and moisturized, and I have some of my e.l.f. Aqua Primer Mist on there, and I sprayed that before I did my eyebrows, so it's nice and settled in and my skin is moisturized. Obviously it looks a little shiny, but you know, shiny skin means different things to different people in different parts of the world, and it doesn't always mean you're a greasy greaseball. It could just be that you have nice, glowy, healthy, moisturized skin, which I kind of do, because I drink a shit ton of water, at least a gallon a day. So let's move on without further ado. So obviously brows are done, skin is prepped, and what I am going to do are my eyes. And I'm really excited about these two eyeshadow palettes that I just got recently. I actually found them at my local dollar store, and my dollar store is amazing. And they actually are really good. They're really pretty. They go on really well. They stay on really well. They don't really crease, and I haven't been using them with primer. So, I mean, obviously at the end of the day, like, I've been in my makeup all day and it doesn't look as fresh. So I'd be curious to try it with primer, and maybe I'll do that today. But I really like these, and for a freaking $1 each, like, can't beat it. So the first one I'm going to go in with is this second shade on this first one, and nothing is labeled because obviously it's from the dollar store, but let's be real, we can't all afford freaking high-end makeup all the time, and you know, especially if you're just playing around with makeup and you just want to play around with different looks and not really sure what colors are going to work or how to work with them, like, it's a great start to start with something like this. So they do look like they have a little bit of shimmer to them, but this one actually isn't that shimmery at all. But I'm going to mix the two because I want a more like matte neutral base, but I do want like a little bit of shimmery bronze goddess. That's kind of what I'm going to go for today. It's summer, my skin is tan, so let's roll with it. And I have darker features, so it's easy and works for me. So first, like I said, I'm going to take this middle shade here with just a good old, you know, eye definer eyeshadow brush. Just kind of fluffy, kind of flat. And get that on here. And with this stuff, like, really, it, like, you don't need a lot of it. It goes on really smooth, and it has some staying power. So let's start with this guy and just lay this down everywhere, all over the lid, like, take it up. And because I have been rocking a straighter brow, less of a defined arch brow, I have been taking like whatever my base shade is kind of all the way up, because I don't really care about really super defining that crease or not crease, but that arch, or highlighting my arch. So, wow. So yeah, I've been taking the color, like my base color, kind of all the way up and just everywhere on my lid. And actually this does have some shimmer to it. Maybe it's just left over on my brush because I used this brush for some shimmer yesterday, but I'm not mad about it. Not at all. Let's just roll with it. Stay positive. Keep it positive. Stuff's not always going to go exactly the way you want, but roll with it. Woo! Roll with it. It's way easier than resisting. It's way easier than resistance. So let's go ahead and do this eye. Not quite sure. Yeah, that should work. And yeah, I think I'm done with that one. So let's go into this second one that I got from there. And I don't know why I put that brush back. I'm just going to go ahead and use that same brush because it's the weekend and I got to wash all my brushes anyway. So from this, I'm going to take this lightest shade here. It's summer and I don't really want to go heavy on like contouring my eyes or like heavy in the crease. So I just want to like pop this kind of just right on the lid. Focus more like inner corner to like just the outside of where my iris, is that your iris? Not any further than this out with the lighter color, but just want to kind of put that right here to just kind of lighten a little bit. And I wear glasses at work. Well, I should wear glasses at work most of the time. So this actually is like looks really pretty behind the glasses, not super overdone. Sometimes with glasses, like if you wear eyeliner, like you feel like it has to be super freaking perfect because glasses already draw attention to your eyes, and any imperfections in your eye makeup feel like they're intensified. Even if other people don't say anything or don't tell you, like as humans, I feel like we are self-conscious about certain things. And that, at least for me, is one thing that I am self-conscious about when I wear glasses is, oh man, I hope my wings are perfect. I hope my liner is even. I hope there's no bumps. I hope it's all smooth. And I guess I'm too much of a perfectionist. So I've got those two shades down. Now what I want to do is just go in with a flat eyeshadow brush and just kind of blend everything together. Just so there's no weird transitions between the colors. It just kind of all looks like it was supposed to be there, except for the shimmer part, but that's okay. I actually find it really hard to find good mattes that have good staying power. I'm sure there are ones out there that are like $1 zillion or more than I'm willing to spend on makeup, because I have like a family to feed and like I live in a really expensive part of my state. So whatever. The school district is amazing. It's all about the kid. It's all for the kid. Okay, so that's pretty much been about what I've been doing as far as eyeshadow lately goes. Pretty simple, but it actually like translates really pretty. Next, I've been working on a way, trying to find a way to find a wing that works for my eye shape, that doesn't look super crazy. And I've been working on this and I like it. My biggest gripe about it is that my eyes are pretty moist and they get pretty moist throughout the day, and I stare at least 2 computer screens for at least 6 hours of that day. So I kind of try really hard not to even touch my face, but I do, rub my eyes, and sometimes like one wing just flies away and the other one is still there. But this is what I've been doing lately, and I really like it for a wing. So with my particular eye shape, face shape, this is what has been working for me. So I'm going to take the Love of Color, it's the black double take eyeliner from Love of Color by Tati. Got this is the color Black Tie, and it is kind of like their one and done shadow sticks. It's kind of creamy, but once you get it on, it like sets into place. I would say that it doesn't move, but in my experience, I haven't actually found an eyeliner that's not waterproof, that is really, really smudge proof, budge proof. I am sure they're out there, but like I said, I have other things to spend my hard-earned money aside from makeup and cosmetics. So what I do is I take this pencil, and I just go in right at the corner of my eye and just kind of get some of the color off and out there, and just like literally from the corner of my eye, just like flicking it out and bringing it out. And really, this is just like getting product on my eye. Then I go in with this brush, dollar store, came in a 3-pack, and these bristles are so tightly like together, they work perfect for this. So I just use the brush to kind of move the product and color to where I want it and start building out my wing. And because this pencil, whatever, is like kind of creamy, I really can just like dip the brush into it, and it just kind of like gets it on there, and I just let the brush kind of do the work. Just kind of work that corner out and just kind of keep bringing it out until I like the shape and length of the wing. And then I will go back over to this corner and just kind of connect it a little more, but not actually draw in the whole line all the way across the top portion of my eyelid. Similarly to how I didn't bring that lighter shade of shadow all the way out past here, I don't bring this liner in really past that point either. And it's like stressful enough trying to get a wing done and make it match the other side in like a timely fashion. But I also feel like it takes some of the pressure off because I'm not doing the entire eye. I'm just really doing the only part that I want. And once I put my mascara on, it doesn't really matter that I didn't bring my line all the way into the inner part of my eyelid. So that's pretty good for my wing. I feel like it looks good from the front. I feel like it looks good from the side. And with my particular eye shape, I can't do the triangle thing. It doesn't work for me. I've tried it so many times. It's uneven. I can't get it. My lid kind of, I don't have like a deep set eye or like a droopy lid, but or hooded, but it does, I mean, I guess I do a little bit, and it never ever works for me. So this is what, like I said, this is what I've been doing, and I like the results. I like the outcome, and I feel like I'm not like crazy looking crazy wing lady. So, but I do love the way that it elongates my eye. So let's do this side now so that it matches this side. Oh, and before I do this side, actually, with whatever is left on my brush, I do bring it kind of down on this bottom outer corner. Really just focus on like this corner part on the bottom. I don't want like a line at all. The illusion I'm going for with that is that my lashes are so long. My lashes are so long that they cast a shadow on that part of my eye. And I don't have mascara on or anything yet. I will get to that, but this is kind of how I get like whatever's left over from me doing this eye off of the brush and accomplishing something with my bottom lash line, which I'm going to hit anyway, and I'm going to do anyway. And it just kind of smokes out this outside area. So one side, and we'll move on to this one. All right, that is eyeliner, and I'm, happy with it. I'm happy enough. I'm not a freaking professional makeup artist. I just, everyday slay. Yeah. Everyday slay. Okay, so that is eyebrows, that is shadow, that is liner. Mascara. Where is my eyelash curler? My eyelash curler, my eyelash curler. Don't skip this step ever. I mean, come on. Come on, girls. First off, let's start on the bottom. And if you've seen some of my previous videos, you know I really like doing this like dot thing on my bottom lashes. But it's summer, it's hot as crap. The less makeup I'm wearing, the better. And not that that adds a lot to it, but I figure with the way that I've been doing it lately, I actually don't need that much on the bottom. So I haven't been doing it. But I will take my mascara and just in, like from this part in, that's really the only place I'm going to put mascara. I might hit a couple of my lashes on this outer corner, but I've already created that shadow with the liner, so I don't want too much on the bottom. First, I don't want too much on the bottom, and secondly, I don't want side corner, which I kind of, like I said, I tend to touch that part more than any other part. Okay, so just adds a little more depth and dimension. And I like to do my bottom lashes first so that when I go up to do my top lashes, or when I go to do my bottom lashes, the top isn't wet and doesn't get up here and ruin whatever it is that I've done up here. Cool. Let's move on to the top. I don't know why I just did that because I'm going to need it out again. And this is the L'Oreal Voluminous Miss Manga Rock mascara. This is actually my second tube of it because it is inexpensive, and I actually don't really care for the formula for like the first probably 2 weeks of use. I like it once it gets a little more air into it and it tightens up and hardens up a little bit more because it's pretty liquidy, but once it gets to that stage, it's amazing. I've seen that if you leave your tube out for a while, you can like get that same because it's like introducing the air to it, but I'm just lightweight yeah, lightweight paranoid to do that because I mean, not that it's expensive, but I don't want to end up wasting any product if I can avoid waste. So let's go in and curl these lashes and get them all into the eyelash curler. And then a lot of people will just like hold it like this and curl their lashes. I like to hold it at an angle and work like that. It's called, I guess, press and pump as you're bringing your arm upward like this, but I've been getting a really good curl on my lashes lately. I don't have that harsh 90-degree angle of curl. It just really like lifts them up from the base, and then it like continues to lift them up as I'm curling them upward. Okay. And then let's go in with my 3-coat technique, which I haven't changed. I don't know if I ever will. So first coat, let's get root to tip, combing the product through in an angle, outer corner, inner corner. As much as I love falsies, I can't put them on for the life of me. So I like to build up my natural lashes as much as I can without them looking crazy, but you know, I want them there. And this technique has been epic for me in that endeavor. So first coat, like I said, obviously you're putting the product on root to tip, but I'm combing it through in a direction that is from the outer corner to the inner corner of my eye. And if it's clumpy, that's okay. We are going to go in with a couple more coats and like even everything out and move product around. But that is coat number 1. Because this formula is kind of on the liquidy side, and I only dipped the brush in there once when I did the first coat, and it kind of takes me not a long time per coat, but it takes the time that it takes per coat. By the time I'm done with my first coat and I dunk and I bring the wand back out, they're set enough that I'm ready to go ahead and do my second coat. So again, root to tip, but now I'm combing them in this direction. And I'm getting product on those lashes from a different angle. And it's really coating them, and it's really helped to build up the length and volume. And again, we're doing 3 coats, and this one, though if it's a little clumpy, that is okay. Whoa. All right. Third coat, up and out. And as much as you can, try and, you know, separate any clumpage that you might have. And as you see, They're just really kind of full and fluffy. I would be interested to try soap mascara or soap lashes, but just the simple fact that it's soap and it's lashes, it's a lot closer to my eye. I'm low-key scared to try that. But what it does for my eyebrows, I would be, you know, I should try it. Come on, don't be a puss. Try it. I should try it. Even if it's just like an awesome freaking base, I'd be interested to see what it does. So there is mascara on one eye versus the other eye, my normal 3-coat technique. Let's do the other side. Not this way. This way. All right, so that's eyes. Brows, shadow. Ooh. Shadow, liner, mascara. Fix my hair a little bit. Well, now it's all crazy, but what the fuck ever. All right, so let's move on to the face. In my most recent Birchbox, I got a new primer, and I actually have quite a few primers, but none that I'm super duper crazy about, and I generally really like Smashbox stuff, so I'm eager to try this one. This is the Photo Finish Foundation Primer, oil-free. Let's see what it does for these pores. Because my skin is super moisturized and looks like shiny like this, I don't want to put a super duper duper lot of product on. So I'm only going to do it like where I don't like my pores, which is pretty much like right here, maybe like a little in this area. But that's really the only place that I'm going to apply this primer. And just a little tiny bit. I really like the feel of these like kind of silicone-y, thicker primers, because I feel like they really do kind of seal up all of the uneven surfaces and make it nice and smooth. And because I'm actually trying to like get it into the stuff that I want to smooth out, I pat it in instead of rubbing it into my skin. Just kind of pat it all over the place and let it set under my eyes. Now let it set and, you know, do what it's supposed to do. Prime. Prime. All right. Let's give that a second. Yeah, I like it. I like these eyes. Happy with my decision. Happy with my research, my R&D on my face. Oh, okay. Beauty Blender is dampened. Ready to go. So because I have been tanning, I had to get a, you know, some new foundation, and I was out of my other one anyway, so it was about time. But I am using the e.l.f. I think this is like the Photo Flawless whatever face one, in the shade Buff. It is working for me right now. If I tan super hardcore, you know, obviously I will either need to get a darker shade or just not put foundation on. But I feel like this is a good match for now because I, like, you know, don't even really need to use bronzer after I get this down. You know, it is foundation, so it does like even everything out and kind of takes away any like dimensions in your face. So you know, obviously, like, I will put bronzer on, but I don't like feel like I have to, like, it doesn't completely wash me out. Not gonna really talk too much through putting my foundation on because you see what I'm doing, and if you wear makeup, you know how to put foundation on. You put foundation on however you put foundation on. This is how I do it. All right, and for whatever reason, lately I haven't felt it necessary to conceal under my eyes. I don't know if it's just that I'm, you know, definitely I normally drink about a gallon of water a day, and in the summer when it's hotter, obviously I drink more because I want to stay extra hydrated, but also because I tan, I want to keep my skin as moisturized as possible. So I drink, you know, a lot of water. And I don't know if it helps me sleep better at night, but I haven't, long story short, I haven't felt it necessary to do any concealing on my under eye area lately. I just put my foundation down. I do bake under my eyes and kind of in my T-zone, and I feel like that like helps a little bit. But no, I have not been concealing under my eyes lately, and like I said, I don't know why, but I will fucking take it. Yes. I'm now going to go in with my e.l.f. HD translucent powder. I have just been using this for baking. And like I said, I really just hit under my eye area and kind of right here on the front part of my cheeks, not really the apple, but the front part of my cheeks, where I put that primer, where I want to smooth out, where I don't like my pores. So let's get to baking. And, you know, baking looks crazy, but I have found that it works, and so I've been doing it. And this is how I do it. I always see girls put it here. I don't know why they do it, but monkey see, monkey do, I guess. All right, so that's baking, one form of baking that I do. Catch my drift. All right, now I always get like weird at this point. I'm like, okay, I need to bake. What do I do? What do I do next? I guess at this point, if I did my face first, I would do eyes, but because I do eyes and then face, go make coffee, drink some water, kind of baking. Yeah, I'm like, what do I do at this point? But normally, because it's the morning and, you know, I don't have a zillion hours to spend getting ready and I'm not doing like a chit chat thing, I'm going to go in with some of the bronzing powder, kind of like a contour bronzing powder. This is by Bobbi Brown. I got this, I think, 2 Birchboxes ago, and I was super excited to try it because I hear that this is like a good brand, and it's like kind of, you know, it's kind of a lot. And because it's bronzer, I feel like it'll last a while. And it's like a matte bronzer. There's no shimmer to it at all. So I like it. It's also on the cooler side. It's not as orangey, so I feel like it does a little more of like a contour better. It like actually kind of shades me out differently than like the orange does. I don't know how to explain it, but I like that it's a cooler shade of bronzer, not as orange and no shimmer. So get it on my angled face brush, kind of get it all over there. I really don't like to dip my brush a lot of times for this, so kind of got quite a bit on there at first, and then I just lightly like do the areas that I want to do first when there's like the bulk of the product on there, and then just start kind of blending out. Hit my hairline. Be mindful of how you're holding your brush and the angle you're holding your brush, because the reason why I use brushes, it's a tool, and I have some decent ones that I like to just let do what they're designed to do. So when you're using an angled brush, you know, keep in mind at what angle you're holding it, how you're wanting to blend, how you're wanting to deposit color. You know, I'll lay it down this way, and then I'll swoosh up, and then as I'm kind of hitting around my hairline area, you know, I do turn the brush a different way based on the direction that I'm going. Just one thing to think about and keep in mind when you're working with brushes. And I work with a lot of powders. I like to use powders. So obviously it's harder to apply powders with your fingers and your hands. So I like brushes. Oh. And I do bring it down on my neck, kind of in this V area, just to kind of balance and even everything out. As much as I've been tanning, sitting upward, this part doesn't get as much sun because my chin, or for whatever reason, so I do kind of hit this part with some bronzer. Right. Go in with my big kind of fluffy blending brush and just kind of blend out any harsh from that bronzer contour. Okay, and at this point I usually feel like I've baked long enough, so I go in with, this is actually an ibuki brush, but it's like perfect for getting my baking powder brushed away. Short little strokes. I don't want to like brush away what I just baked in, but you know, I do need to get that under control. Don't forget this down here, which like I said, I guess it's supposed to like bake and like hold your makeup on your face rather than sliding down your chin, but yeah. And then after I like brush out whatever I baked on my forehead, I do kind of like look at my brows from different angles and make sure that no powder is like sitting on them weird and like looks like there's powder sitting on your face weird. So I will generally like go in with my hands and just kind of like scurry away any of that extra powder. I don't want to use this because I don't want to get it on my brows and then them look like I got antiqued, but yeah, I am like mindful of that because if I forget to do it, I notice it when I'm brushing my teeth and I like lean over to like spit out and I'm like, oh God, eyebrow powder. Whatever. Girl problems. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with some blush and another new product, First Impression. Well, not First Impression because I have used it a couple times in the last couple days, but this is, I don't know who this is by. Papaya, oh, Papaya Don't Preach, I guess, is the shade, and this is the Beauty Court. I don't know, I'll have to look up. Yeah, the Beauty Court. So it's a blush duo. It is a powder. It has a powder and a cream. I was just talking about how much I like powders, but I have been on a cream blush lately. Actually, what I was using before, I got this satin lip color, Pink Teeny. It's lip teeny, you know, it's actually lip color, but I don't like it as a lip color, but I like the color. So I was using it on my cheeks for a blush, and I really liked it, like really like it. So when I got this, I was really excited to try it. I was low-key like, whew, that is like super pink, like super bright. And I actually can't put it on the same way that I put that on because that's actually, I don't think, meant to go on your face. But this, I have tried a couple times and I do like it a lot. So I just kind of, with my finger, get some on there and smile. Find where my apple is and just kind of get it on there with my finger. And I thought, because with the other one I have to like blot it in and like push it into my skin, I thought it was going to be the same with this stuff, but actually once it kind of gets on there, I can lightly, very lightly, like rub it in a circular motion to kind of get that color a little more there. When it gets to a point where I think it's cool, I take my blender and just kind of blot it out and make sure that, because I'm using like different textures of product, I have powders on, and then I'm putting like a cream, is that cream? Yeah, cream blush. I don't want any weird transitions, so I do kind of blot it out and just make sure it blends well. Yeah, at first I was like, whoa, this shit does not blend out, but then I realized that it does get like really smooth, and it does like blend out nicely, actually, very nicely. I mean, I do kind of like up a little bit, but for the most part, I just kind of keep it on the apples of my cheeks. And because I use my finger to do it, I do like a whoosh. Just because when you're out in the sun and you get that like little sun-kissed pinky, it does go across the front of your face. We are almost done. We are almost done. So, last step, well, almost last step. I am going to go in with another powder and just kind of set everything into place. I found this Revlon Nearly Naked. It's just a pressed powder compact in the shade medium, and came with this little compact pad, which I don't use. I use one of the 3 brushes that came in that dollar store pack that I was talking about, with the brush that I've been using on my eyeliner. And this brush is really fluffy, and I think that's why. Not that I don't have other ones, but it's like small, because I'm not going to do my entire face. There's just certain areas, and it's easier with a smaller, brush rather than like a big fluffy brush trying to just get into certain areas. So get some powder on there, and then I just hit under my eyes and then brush it out over my nose, brush it out, up, and pretty much just like kind of where I baked, but like T-zone area, just kind of smooths everything out and sets, the other stuff that I've done to my face. And always brush down because you don't want the hairs on your face to look like peach fuzz, unless you like that look, but I don't. And I said I wasn't going to go everywhere with this, but I just realized that I'm like going everywhere with this. And maybe that's happening just because I know I'm on camera and I'm talking. I have no effing clue. All right, the final thing, well, I guess not final, but second to last thing that I want to do is, all right, Desi Perkins, shout out to you again. You turned me on to soap brows and you turned me on to this non-concealer concealed zit thing. I don't know what else to call it, but you know, I don't have perfect skin. I don't have beautiful skin, and no matter how much product I put on, you know, certain textures still are textured. Like this guy right here, as I'm talking, I notice that I notice it. And even if you don't notice it, I notice it. And, you know, part of the reason why I do makeup is because I like it and I like playing with it and I do it for me. I don't do it for anyone else. And if something bothers me, I want to be able to, you know, feel better about it. So I don't like that texture, that bump right there. So instead of caking on concealer and color corrector and trying to do all of that, let's hide in plain sight. So I'm going to take this is actually an eyeliner brush, super small. And I'm going to take this e.l.f. This is Lock On Liner and Brow Cream. It is in the shade Espresso. It's like a dark brown. I feel like it's close enough to my natural hair color. I would use it on brows. I would use it on, you know, as eyeliner. I have used it as eyeliner. But I'm going to get a little bit on this brush and I am going to set this down. Where's my little mirror? Where's my mirror? Okay. And where was that guy? It was right here. Yep, I see you. I see you. Okay. I see you. I see you. I see you. And now I see more. But when I look at that, I know it's not real, but you wouldn't necessarily know if you'd never met me before. And like I sit in reception at my job. So when visitors come in, like I'm the first person they see. And you know, it's not always repeat people that you see all the time. So for me, if I have like a giant zit on my face, I would much rather feel like it's perceived as a mole or a freckle rather than a zit. So I draw it on, draw over it, like just a dot over it. And then I go in with my beauty blender and kind of blot it out so that it doesn't look like just a dot, and kind of feathers out the edges and gives it more of a natural, like it's a mole kind of look. So let's just do that there. And you know, makeup is about creating illusions and making things look different, appear differently than they really are. So because I don't like the texture of the zit or this skin imperfection, and I feel like, you know, it sticks out and it's like casting a shadow, let's make it just a whole thing a shadow, the whole thing a mole, and then for me, feel less self-conscious about the weird texture of my skin. Not weird. It's not weird. It's just real skin. Like, I'm not perfect. I don't wash my face every day, every night. Oh, I mean, I wash it every day, but I don't wash it every night. I don't always take all my makeup off. Like, come on, leftover makeup crew. We about it. But this, you know, this has been like game changer for me. And really, how often, like, are you talking to somebody maybe that you work with and you know you have something on your face and you feel like they're just staring at it the whole time? At least with this, it's like, it's a beauty mark, it's a mole. Like, yeah, people might still look and like, I don't care, but for me, I'd rather think of it as like a pretty mole than a zit. And if people think that I'm dumb for that or weird for that, whatever, I don't care. So as I'm talking, I'm seeing like, that's pretty much the only one that I would probably do. Actually, because it is there. Let me just cleanse that a little more. Okay. Because that is there, and I actually do have a real mole, like beauty mark right here. I'm gonna hit that one just a tiny little bit and accentuate it just a little bit more, because why not? I mean, you accentuate other features with makeup, why not a real mole, a real beauty mark? Okay, so I mean, yeah, like, yeah, there's dots on my face, but you know, if they were real moles, would you be like, oh my God, you have moles on your face? No, you wouldn't. But like, oh my God, you're breaking out super bad, or what? Not that anybody has ever said that to me personally, but just, I mean, maybe sometimes we think it and I project that. I don't know. But that is, you know, it's pretty game changing for me, because I don't like putting hella makeup on, like layers and layers and cake and cake and cake and cake. And concealing is something that, you know, kind of the process of concealing feels like it's a lot of products. And this is like, you know, yeah, there's something there, but it's not a zit. It doesn't look like a zit. I mean, at least to me, it doesn't look like a zit. So that's that. Okay, last thing, where is my primer? I'm just going to take my NYX Matte Finish Long Lasting Setting Spray. I just finished my other bottle of Dewy Finish one, but you know, it's a setting, and it's going to set the way my skin looks, and my skin looks moisturized, supple. I don't have any highlight on, like that's natural highlight, yeah. Be jello. But yeah, I want to set this the way that it is. So all right, so that is my finished look with some of my new tips and techniques and products that I've been, you know, research and developing lately. I got my soap brows, a nice natural kind of feathery full brow. I found a new way to do a wing that I feel like works for me, and I really like the way that it looks from side, front, any angle. My normal lash thing, I don't feel like I have a super crazy lot of cake on my face. I have taken care of some of the textural issues that I don't necessarily care for. And, you know, the last thing that I didn't do was lips, but, you know, let's just go in with some Power of Love. This is by Pacifica. It is a natural lipstick, and, you know, let's really just finish it off. We didn't skip anything else. So that is it. I hope that you liked it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't give me a thumbs down, that's totally fine. World needs haters, you know, there's got to be a balance there. But I hope you have a wonderful day, night, afternoon, whatever time it is that you're watching this. If you are watching it, thank you for watching. I appreciate, you know, showing the views, showing some love. Leave me a comment below if you like what I've done. If you know, I did my eyebrows as a separate video that I will link on here, so if you want to see how I did that, watch that video too. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. If you want to hit that notification bell, I mean, I want to get on a regular like recording schedule for you guys. Just, it's summer and life, and you know, I do have a full-time job, and I like take care of my house and freaking Wonder Woman. You know, I do it all. can't we, I came to slay. I slay every day, and you know, do it in full makeup. So have a great day. Thank you for watching, and until next time, enjoy the summer.